I'm back from the weekend break, and I really, really hope that that is the last time I'm ever going to go on a holiday with my mom. She's one of the most infuriating, annoying people you will ever meet in your life. And the most annoying thing about her is if you meet her for half an hour, a lot of people might say, not a lot, not all people, but a lot of people might say, oh, she's not that bad. It's only if you spend 24 hours with her will you realize that actually she just says the same things over and over again. And as many times as you answer the question, she won't listen. If she doesn't want to believe what your answer is, if she doesn't agree with your answer, she will act like you didn't say anything, and then will say the same thing over and over again. I really, really hate it. I was depressed all month because I've literally not had any, other than the coming over. I think it was a weekend 2 or 3 weeks ago that they came over, which also infuriated me. But other than that, I've literally just done nothing the whole month, and I haven't. I've gone to the spa, but that's about it. And it's I was getting more and more and more depressed. And then I went free holiday, free hotel, sounds good. But oh my gosh, it's just I couldn't focus, I couldn't concentrate. I just felt like I wanted to cry the whole time. And the annoying thing is none of them noticed. I was just sitting in the car just being like, oh my God, I really want to die. Like seriously, I just want to grab a knife, plunge it into my head, just anything to get away from these people. They don't notice anything. My dad's in his own world. My mum's just chatty, chat, 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 and it's just the same things, the same conversation, and then always talking about what we were like when we were 3 or 4 years old. Bringing up how I ate sand, or just saying stupid things that are completely out of topic, out of anything, and it's just want to slap her, like to shut her up, just slap her. That's the only thing. And then we go and do national trusts, and of course we spend half an hour doing it. She doesn't want to spend an hour and a half doing it. She wants to spend 3 hours doing it, and just keeps you waiting the whole time. And then when you're trying to get her to leave, she's like, oh, I just want to do this talk again because I missed the first 5 minutes. And then I'm just going to do 20 minutes of the talk. The talk's only 20 minutes long. And then of course she's asking so many questions, and you try and move her on, but the people around don't realize that this woman's just been pissing you off basically throughout the whole of your life. And it's just so infuriating because people around only have known her for a couple of minutes, hence they think there's something wrong with you for treating your mum with disrespect. And you know that actually this respect is earned. You can't give someone respect just because they're your mother. I mean, she didn't bring me up, I raised myself up. And it's just having all these memories and being around them is just so frustrating. She's constantly going on about wanting Blake, saying, oh, the social workers it's like they've just stolen a baby off us. And then I'm just thinking, I don't want you going anywhere near my child because you can't focus on anything. You just talk and talk and talk. And she goes on about, oh, I met this mayor of London, I met this councillor or whatever. And she said the similar thing happened to this person, and if she's going to help us, don't worry. And I'm just thinking, what? You've got a completely twisted version of everything. Anything you say is not the truth. Like, she told Sophie's boyfriend that I went out to America because I wanted to be part of the Britney Spears protest. It's like, no, I went because I wanted a holiday, and there just happened to be a protest, and I kind of wanted to know, like, why are people supporting her when she obviously does need it to be in a conservatorship. And I just wanted to hear like their side of the story. So to twist it so much so to make out that I'm such a fan of Britney Spears that that's the reason why I've gone over there to show support, when actually I was kind of in agreement. I mean, just take everything out of context, and then you just start thinking, what else is she not understanding? And then you talk, and then you say, can you repeat what I just said? She's responding, yeah, 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 and then talks about something else, and you think she's understanding, and then you ask her to repeat what you just said, and you realize that she's not understanding anything. It's like both of them, my sister and my mum, have a really severe condition where they can make people think that they understand what you're saying, but really they don't. And then my mom just talks. Anyone that walks past, if you're trying to hurry her along, she will deliberately talk and start conversations with people just to piss you off. And it's like she gets an enjoyment from doing that, and to just be I never ever want to see her again. Like seriously, I never ever want to see her again. I want to cut all ties with her 100%. I'm not going to feel any. If I do have a child in the future, I don't want to have anything to do with my children. She's too mad, too. And the thing is, you start sympathizing with her. You start sympathizing with her, and then you realize why. Because she doesn't listen to your conversation. She doesn't talk to you. She doesn't. She talks at you, and ignores everything that you say if she doesn't agree with it. It's just so frustrating. So yeah, I basically far more depressed than I ever was before I went on holiday. And I can be happy that I'm not with her. I can be like, phew, I'm not with her. That's a relief. I'm going back to London tomorrow, next week though, unfortunately. Although I've had a good thought, an interesting idea. I really want to get onto Big Brother, and they haven't contacted me. I haven't heard anything from them. I'm assuming because I'm Christ and because I've got thousands of people knowing and I'm making these videos, they'll probably leave it till last minute, which might even be not next week, but literally like last minute. But it would be kind of cool if I went to the television awards and they were to announce that they're going to like select. They're going to have like a draw from everyone who's entered this this place, because there's thousands of people come to this place. It's in like the O2. It's a big stadium, but they could say that we're going to select one of the housemates, and they can get people to sign a form, and then in 2 weeks or 4 weeks time, when the show starts, they can make out that this candidate was selected by the National Television Awards, not rather by Big Brother. That would be interesting. That would be a cool way of getting on. Not that I'm saying it will happen or anything, but that would be a cool way to get on, because um, it I don't know. It would almost feel like I'm being backed up by the television awards show rather than just the Big Brother. But I don't know. I'm feeling more and more anxiety and anxious, and I'm more and more depressed over the possibility that nothing will happen. I've been through this for 5 years, where I saw so much evidence that people knew that they were, helping me, that they were building up some sort of thing where they were writing songs about me, and then they were going to reveal this, and then they were changing the dates to make it look like the songs were done before they even knew me. And there were so many things going on that was just like they're setting something up, and they know that I want to go onto the show, and they're going to put me on the show, but nothing happened. They didn't get on, and they didn't put me on, and so it's just like, is that going to happen again? I don't know. I don't know. I got so much evidence that I'm Christ, and that Jesus is just an inspiration to me. But then again, Jesus's religion didn't start until after he died, 300 years after he died, and so that's not a good sign, because it's like, well, maybe people are just waiting for me to die before. But I don't think that's the case. Why? Because, well, I can't even remember why. When you've got so much evidence that you're Christ, and then it's just too much, and then you're just tired of telling people, you're tired of saying the same things over and over again, and you just want, the people who are doing things to just admit that they're doing something, and stop just ignoring you. That's just the stage that I'm at. I just want to sleep. I feel like I'm in so much depression. I've had so much depression over my life that I lost the will to live years ago. And now I'm just kind of like, I just want to sleep until I'm dead. That's kind of how I feel. Um, and I was worried my fish might die because I don't know, I've gone for 5 days, but they're all okay.